I am joined here this afternoon by three legends in country music. Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Richie McDonald of Lonestar, Tim Rushlow of Little Texas, known together now as the Frontmen. Gentlemen, welcome. It's a pleasure.
How you doing?
Thank you.
Doing great. This is amazing, just seeing all you guys together as one group now. And I guess my first question is, how did this idea come about for the Frontmen? Was it one of your guys' idea that somebody decided, you know what, let's try to do this? What went behind it?
Well, I got to be honest. It was my idea back in 2007 when I left Lonestar. This is Richie, by the way. When I left Lonestar for the first time, I was just kind of bored around the house. My wife was wanting me to find something to do. And so Larry and I were doing a show in Baton Rouge one evening. And I said, I had this idea called the Frontmen. And it'll be three lead singers of three iconic bands. And at the time, we didn't know what that combination was. But Larry was all in. And we kind of didn't know who the third piece was, but it didn't take us long to figure out it was Tim Rushlow, and just such a perfect fit. The three of us, the trio, and we've been doing it on and off for almost 15 years. Tim had some Navy connections in the beginning that kind of kept us busy during Lone Star's downtime and Restless Heart's downtime. So we've been off and on for a little over 15 years, and here we are.
Man, I've listened to the album over and over again on my way to work, on my way home from work, at home, here at the station. And to me, obviously you guys had your own following as part of the bands, but together, man, the harmonies, everything that goes along with it it just gives you this chill. I'm sure you got to feel that when you're singing together, right?
Yeah. We actually do. Go ahead, Tim.
No, go ahead, brother.
We've been doing this on and off for a long, long time, and we kind of felt that magic early on, performing overseas and doing some stuff here and there. And when Mickey Jack Combs, our producer, took us in the studio, and we dove into a new sound, kind of how are we going to do this with the three of us? Who's going to sing what, and all this stuff. It was so natural. And to be able to record us, the three of us, with, as you said, these harmonies on these new songs, it's really something that we're excited about. It came to fruition, and it worked.
The sound is incredible. Did you guys have some ideas for other names other than the Frontmen? I would just love to see this list on a whiteboard or something. Go, okay, what's our name gonna be? What were some of the ones
we thought about the Rat Pack, but
I'll never make it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Honestly, we didn't, because I think from the very beginning it was just the whole idea was the Frontmen, and I think there was I'm not mistaken, there may have been a couple other groups out there. Then we went by, Frontmen of Country, but it was pretty much Frontmen from the beginning, I think.
I don't think we ever really thought about changing it at all. It just kind of it fit who we are. We jokingly say, we were three lead singers from three different bands that have this common thread that runs between us, that runs deep, and it's brotherly, even though we're vastly different people. It just fits, and so it's always been that. And we've always said we need to have the lead singer protection program. We've all been in a band where we've been the singer, and so we have a lot of scars and things in common from in our past. So it's just it just fits right.
Yeah, we have therapy now.
Yeah.
Between three of us.
The Frontmen therapy.
I have to wear a helmet once a week.
Talking with the Frontmen, Larry Stewart, Richie McDonald, and Tim Rushlow. Did the name Full Frontal ever when you got
There you go.
'Cause that's a shocker right there, right?
That should be the name of the album.
That is hilarious. I think before people knew who we were, because we've been out touring for a couple of years, just playing our hits and, kind of connecting the dots with audiences and building a fan base, grassroots from the ground up, and I think a lot of times if we had played a venue where they just put up a sign that said the Frontmen, first off, we didn't like it because no one knows who we are. Because if I saw a sign that said the Frontmen, I would think it was a stripper act coming through town. You wouldn't know who it is, So Full Frontal takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Tim, I got it. The Frontmen featuring Full Frontal Band.
Oh,
I don't know. It may not ever fly, but it's got a ring to it.
You never know. Just try it once, right? So the other thing I wanted to ask was on the album. Okay, obviously you guys are all singing lead on different songs on here. How did it come that It Was Always You is the first song on that album? Did you pull straws? Was it rock, paper, scissors, or what? How'd that go down?
Well, to be straight up honest, we didn't really know what the sequence of the album was. We things have been going so fast and furious, and you know, us getting signed and getting an album. Let's get the album out there. Let's let people hear the whole thing as one body of work. Then we'll pick a single. Then we'll go to radio. We didn't know what the sequence was until we saw it written down. And when it was written down, we did have some ideas of how we might change it. But by the time we saw it and were told what the sequence was, it was too late. It was already kind of done and printed. So your guess is as good as ours, to be honest. We don't know.
It just happened, just random.
It did. Our producer helped the label out with it. Mickey did, but we didn't really see it until it was done. And we would have changed a couple things probably in the flow of it, but we didn't really get that chance to do that. So it is what it is.
I mean, you can't go wrong. You know, you got 3 lead singers from 3 iconic bands. I mean, whoever started it off, it was going to be good, whatever it was. But the single I want to focus on is the one that is the single, Beatles and Eagles. I mean, how appropriate is it? And I'm sure there was some thought process going behind that, was to mention 2 bands that had lead singers go out on their own, and both of them had 2 lead singers, ironically, that went out on their own. Can you talk about what played into that being the first single?
Well, to be honest with you, and I hate to sound so naive here, but I know that's the focus track,
Yep.
you know, but I don't know that it's been officially called a single yet. I mean, we're not naive enough to think it won't be or couldn't be. I think it definitely is in the running. But we really don't know. We honestly have just been kind of thrusted into this deal where we don't know a lot yet. But I'm pretty sure we will know pretty quick. But as for Beatles and Eagles, I mean, the song is it's special, you know, and it definitely we play it live, and it gets quite the reaction. And it's a special song. I mean, it really has some coolness to it.
They let us out of our, I'm sorry, Tim, I thought you were done. They let us out of our padded cells just in time to do this interview. So we really haven't been told anything.
I love it. I love it. I mean, that song itself, you have to listen to it over and over again just to catch all the references of the Beatles and the Eagles. Like, wait a minute, I think I just heard another song title go by, and there's another one, and you just it becomes this game of how many song titles are in this thing.
Well, those listening to this interview should go to YouTube and insert that. We have a lyric video, and the lyric video is like really one of the coolest lyric videos I've seen. And it highlighted every one of the titles from both bands, and even some really cool background video as well. So go check that out, Beatles and Eagles on YouTube.
That's kind of like a cheat code for a video game, isn't it? Like you get the song titles handed right to you, though, there, Larry.
I know and we were trying to figure out, like, we've been doing, you know, songs with, you know, like shows with Hardy and some of these other artists, and all the crowd is singing every word to their songs that we have never even heard before. And now we know why. It's because, you know, these young folks are going and checking out these songs on YouTube and checking out the lyric videos and learning the songs. So hopefully the same will happen here.
The Frontmen are my special guest, Larry Stewart, Restless Heart, Richie McDonald, Lonestar Tim Rushlow, Little Texas. Now, each of you obviously sing lead on different tunes on the album, and of course there are updated cover versions of your original number ones. I'll Still Be Loving You, God Bless Texas, Amazed, and the one I am partial to on this, and no offense to Richie or Tim, but Larry, you and I have crossed paths numerous times over your career, but that was my wife and I's wedding song, and a few years ago you sang it backstage when you guys came to Auburn. You've done it on stage at other places, so that's the one that really resonates with me. So thank you again for your help in making that song just be different every time I hear it now.
Oh, well, thank you. I tell you, I'm really proud of the way we cut that song, the three of us singing together, the harmonies. All 3 of our re-records are, to me, in my opinion, if I may be so bold, I mean, are just killer. I mean, just great. And, you know, we tried to pay homage to, you know, the original recordings, but but we really, kind of veered off and added some new wrinkles to all three songs, and really proud of all three of them.
Well, like I said, they all sound great, and your harmonies are incredible. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, Tim.
No, that's okay. I was just going to throw this in there. I was in my car a little earlier listening to I'll Still Be Loving You and the re-record. And, of course, like you, I actually sang that song in a couple weddings, including one for Dwayne O'Brien in Little Texas back in the day. That was his wedding song, and we sang it there.
Wow.
So that song has always been special to me. But I really like, honestly, without, like Larry said, I'm not trying to, there's a difference in arrogance and confidence, and I want to stay way on just the confident side. But I think the three of us have really taken care of our voices over the years, and I don't know that I've ever heard Larry or Richie sing as good as they do now. And I think I'll Still Be Loving You. When in my car, I think I told Larry yesterday, and I listened to it again today, I feel like I'm listening to a 30-year-old Larry Stewart singing it because he's chewing it up like it just sounds great. So to me, that's one of the cool things I think about this is that we're not these older guys that had hits in the 90s who are just hanging in there. We need to get together because not one of us is strong enough to pull this off. So we're going to get together and be a band. It's the polar opposite of that. I don't think we've ever sounded or sang better than we do now. And I'm real proud of the vocals on Amazed and God Bless Texas and I'll Still Be Loving You. And it was great to have those connect the dots, to the past. But I'm really proud of the 9 new songs and the way they represent us. We just knew in listening to those songs which one was going to be who was singing what, and the harmonies just fall into place. We don't really even have to ask. It's just been real natural. So pretty fun to get to experience that.
Yeah, every song that I listen to on that has, just everyone's a hit to me. And, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of all three of you and all the songs that you've done in the past. But I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I got to keep listening to it over and over. And, it was, It Was Always You and the radio played and I Need You. And man, I'll tell you, that one left their mark when I was driving, listening to that. I'm like, oh my God, I got sucker punched because that one just hit me. It's just amazing songs.
Yeah, it's a strong song.
And this is a question for all three of you, and there's going to be different answers, obviously, but what lead singer from another band, not that you're going to do this, but what lead singer from another band would be a great addition to the Frontmen? Maybe a special guest one night or something. Who would you pick? Current or past?
Well, this is Richie. In the beginning, we had another one. Randy Owen it was me, Randy, and Larry. And Randy did a couple of shows, but he wanted to stay home and take care of his cows, and it's a good thing. But yeah, Randy was fun, but Tim's the perfect fit. This is the way it was supposed to be.
This is Tim speaking. If I had to pick another singer to do a cameo with us, I'd probably, if you're going to go and go big, right? I'd probably flip out if we had Steve Perry show up and sing a couple songs with us. Wow. Now I know we're talking out of our genre, but that would be outstanding. As a matter of fact, when I hear the radio played, which Richie sings the heck out of, the harmony parts, I'm singing the high parts and Larry's taking the low parts. And in that song, there's these references to, all the great rock and roll bands that we used to listen to. And I've always thought of Steve Perry when I heard that song. And on the end of it, there's these woes that we sing that sound like Journey. And I've always thought, man, would it not be a kick to have Steve Perry show up and sing that with us? So that'd be my pick.
Okay, my pick would be a duo.
Okay.
Especially with this Eagles and Beatles thing. I would love to have Don Henley and Paul McCartney come do a cameo with him.
Whoa. Ooh. Okay. It's out there. It's out there. Go big or go home.
Is that too much to ask?
Never.
Let's call our management.
Yes.
Hey,
let's do that.
It can't happen if you don't ask, right?
Right.
They can only tell you no.
Hey man, the answer is no before you ask, so you might as well go ahead and ask.
Yes, exactly. Now another part is just between the three of you guys. If you could sing lead on another one of the Frontmen's original songs. Now, Tim, I know you made reference to I'll Still Be Loving You. Which one would you pick and why?
This is Richie. I would say I would pick Should Have Run Out of Angels by Now. I love that song. Larry just owns that song. He wrote it, but I couldn't do it justice the way that he does it, but I love that song. I just love the emotion in it. I love the story behind it. I could get into that.
This is Tim speaking. I don't actually, my brain can't wrap around that question because I just think the songs fit where they're at. They fit so good. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, yeah, I could probably sing "I Need You." I guess that'd be one. I guess I could sing if I had to or something. But I would just no. I just think that they just fit like they fit. You know, like when we first heard the songs, we just kind of instantly gravitated. Oh, yeah, Tim's singing that. Oh, Larry's singing that. Oh, that's a Richie song. So we just kind of knew, you know. But it's a great question. But I would tell you, if I was picking a cover song, hands down, I'd love to sing "Blue Skies in Texas" because that's the song that me and Richie used to sing in clubs when our bands were still we were pretending we were Restless Heart.
Yeah, and that was the thought behind my question. I meant I should have been more specific. An original song that Little Texas or Lone Star or Restless Heart did. Which song would you want to do?
Well, I'm always been, you know, I can sing most anything, I guess, and we've got all kinds of different styles of songs that we record over the years. But I guess a lot of my successes come from ballads. But I would sing "Amazed." "Amazed" is, you know, as I say every night, you know, voted the song of the decade. And I mean, nobody could sing it better than Richie. But that song, you know, is just universal, and it's just one of the greatest records ever made. And so I would do that one.
Richie, did you want to weigh in on this, on the different angle of the question?
Probably Timmy Rushlow's "What Might Have Been." That's I mean, obviously every Restless Heart song I would love to sing on, but "What Might Have Been," I love that song. That's just one of those songs that takes me to a time and place, and just such a emotional song.
You danced with your future wife.
I did.
Song.
I did.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. I can still remember.
I love it. Larry Stewart, Richie McDonald, Tim Rushlow, they make up the Frontmen. And okay, I wanted to do this little quiz. It's a little competition between the three of you. When you want to ring in to answer it, just say your name, and then I'll call on you. How's that sound?
Okay.
I'm nervous already.
Okay, I am too. It's called From Group to Solo Trivia. Okay, I'm going to name the artist that went solo. You tell me the name of the band they came from. Okay?
All right.
Remember to say your name. Phil Collins.
Tim.
Yes.
Phil Collins from Genesis.
Very good. All right. Tim's in the lead. 1-0. Here we go. Number 2, Lionel Richie.
Richie. Commodores.
Yeah. All right. 1-1, Larry. Let's see if you can get on the board here. Here we go. Beyonce.
The Beatles.
Richie.
I don't know who Beyonce was with.
Richie. The Spice Girls.
No, not the Spice Girls.
Oh, dang.
Tim, did you ring in there?
That's a really good question. Tim here. TLC?
No.
All right.
Larry, put your phone down.
No, you guys Googling this? The initials are DC. DC. If you're a team of, like if you're a Cinderella team in the NCAA tournament, you are a team of
Destiny's Child.
There it is. And Richie rings in. Destiny's Child. Okay. 3 left. Let's see what happens. Your next one is Sting.
Tim.
Richie.
Tim.
Police.
The Police. All right, here we go. Justin Timberlake.
Tim.
Sorry,
man, I'm hogging it all over here. In Sync, man.
In Sync. All right. And the final one, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ooh. Tim.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Wow. Man, you're going to be on Jeopardy or something here soon, Tim.
Well, as long as the categories are rock bands, I'm good. Anything else, I suck.
Guys, it's been a blast talking to you, just kind of going back and catching up on some stuff, and looking forward. Hopefully you'll be in our area, Fort Wayne, sometime soon. A lot of great places to play here. So the Frontmen, the album is out, and we don't technically know what single is first, but they're all singles on that album if you get a chance to listen to it, and watch the the YouTube lyrical video of Beatles and Eagles if you'd like the cheat code to find out exactly how many songs are name dropped in there. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for taking some time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Dan.
We'll see you soon, brother.
Take care, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.